Here's the fear that ends more boating dreams than any storm ever will. I can't handle a boat alone anymore. People hit 65, 70, they lose a partner or their crew ages out, and they quietly give up the water, believing a trawler needs two strong people to run. But that's simply not true. A handful of trawlers were practically designed for one person, side doors right at the helm, thrusters that park the boat for you, single simple engines, and decks you can work without ever rushing. By the end of this video, you'll know 7 trawlers one person can safely handle well past 65, starting at around $35,000. And number 1 is so easy to run alone, owners joke it docks itself. Let me tell you what actually makes a boat single-hander friendly, because it's not what most people think. It's not about size. Plenty of 30-footers are harder to run alone than some 40s. It comes down to a few specific features. First, a side door right next to the helm, so you can steer the boat into the slip and step straight out to the dock with a line in your hand. No running down a deck while the boat drifts. Second, a bow thruster, which takes the scariest part of boating alone, docking in wind, and turns it into pressing a button. Third, one simple engine instead of 2 complicated ones, so there's less to manage and less to go wrong. And fourth, good sight lines and wide, safe decks, because when you're alone, seeing everything and moving safely is everything. Every boat on this list nails those features. So whether you've lost your first mate, your kids won't come out anymore, or you just want the freedom to go whenever you feel like it, these 7 boats mean you never have to give up the water, starting at number 7. Number 7, the Mainship Pilot 34. This is your affordable entry into solo cruising, and where that $35,000 starting price lives. The Pilot 34 was built around simplicity, a single, reliable diesel, a low, easy-to-move-around deck, and a layout where the helm, the cockpit, and the lines are all close together. Nothing about this boat asks you to hurry, and that's exactly what a solo skipper needs. A boat that gives you time. The low freeboard means stepping on and off at the dock is easy on the knees, and handling lines doesn't feel like climbing a wall. It's also cheap to own and mechanically simple, so you're not depending on a marina full of specialists to keep it running. What to look for? Find one with a bow thruster already installed. Many have them, and check the engine hours and service history, because the simple diesel is the heart of the whole boat. For the money, nothing else makes solo boating this accessible. The next boat takes simplicity and adds legendary fuel economy on top. Number 6, the Camano Troll 31. We've talked about this one before as the fuel economy legend, but it's also one of the best solo boats ever built, and that's no coincidence. Everything on the Camano is compact and within reach. The helm sits close to the side deck. The boat is small enough to see all 4 corners from the wheel, and the single diesel is simple enough for an owner to maintain alone. Docking a 31-footer is a completely different experience from wrestling a 45-footer. The boat responds instantly, fits in any slip, and doesn't fight you in the wind. Add the famously low fuel burn, and you've got a boat one person can run, afford, and maintain without help from anyone. That's real independence, not just handling the boat alone, but owning it alone, without a crew of mechanics and a second income. Owners hold on to these for exactly that reason. What to look for? These have a devoted following. So find a well-kept one and don't be afraid to join the owner community. They're famously helpful. The next boat adds the single most important solo feature of all. Number 5, the Willard 30 Vega Voyager. Here's a boat that owners specifically praise for one thing, the pilot house side door that makes single-handing almost effortless. Picture the docking maneuver that scares every solo skipper. You bring the boat in, and then you have to leave the helm, scramble along the deck, and grab lines while the boat drifts. On the Voyager, you don't. You steer right up to the dock, open the door beside the wheel, and step straight off with a line in your hand. The boat is still exactly where you left it. Owners literally describe single-handing this boat as a piece of cake because of that door. And underneath that convenience is a genuinely serious little ship. A heavy, full-displacement Willard hull that feels safe in big water, sips fuel at around a gallon an hour, and was built to last generations. At 15,000 pounds, it's a small boat that behaves like a much bigger one when the weather picks up, while staying small enough for one person to manage everywhere else. What to look for? These are older boats, so survey the engine and tanks carefully. But a good one is a solo cruiser for life. The next boat brings this same idea into the modern age. Number 4, the Beneteau Swift Trawler 30. If you want modern engineering working for you instead of muscle, this is the boat. The Swift Trawler 30 was designed from day one with short-handed cruising in mind, a side door at the helm, excellent visibility through big windows, a bow thruster to take the fear out of docking, and modern systems that largely look after themselves. This is what solo boating looks like when a builder actually thinks about it. You're not adapting an old boat to single-handing. You're stepping into one engineered for it. The boat is quick when you need to beat weather home, efficient when you slow down, and compact enough that nothing on deck is ever far away. For the retiree who wants a newer, low-stress turnkey boat, no projects, no surprises, this is the sweet spot. What to look for? Later models have the most refined helm setups, and a well-optioned one with the thruster and modern electronics is worth paying a little more for, because those are exactly the features that keep you boating alone for another decade. The final 3 are the solo legends, the boats built around one person from the keel up. Number 3, the American Tug 34. This boat feels like it was designed by someone who actually single hands, because it was built for exactly that kind of owner. Start with the essentials: a pilot house side door right at the helm, a bow thruster as standard equipment on most, and wide protected side decks with high rails, so moving around the boat alone feels secure instead of sketchy. The visibility from the helm is outstanding. You can see your corners, your dock, and your lines without leaving the wheel. And the build quality is the old school, overbuilt kind, with a single diesel that's easy to reach and easy to service. What makes the American Tug special is that it does all this in a boat big enough to genuinely live aboard and cruise long distances. You're not trading capability for ease. It's the rare boat that's both a serious cruiser and a gentle one. These hold their value stubbornly, which tells you everything about how much owners love them. What to look for? Confirm the thruster and check the helm door layout in person. Once you feel that steer and step-off maneuver, you'll never want a boat without it. The next one is the boat that made this whole category famous. Number 2, the Nordic Tug 32. This is the boat that proved a serious cruising trawler could be a one-person boat, and it's been the gold standard ever since. The formula is all here: the pilot house door beside the helm, the single efficient diesel, the compact size with real cruising range, and handling so predictable that docking becomes routine instead of stressful. But what puts the Nordic Tug this high on the list is the complete package around that formula. It's built tough enough for genuinely big water, so you're never nervous about the forecast. It's efficient enough to cruise all day on pocket change. And it holds its value better than almost anything its size, so the money you put in stays yours. For a solo skipper, that combination means total independence. You can go far, go safely, go cheaply, and do it all alone, well into your 70s and beyond. There's a reason you see so many silver-haired captains running these single-handed. The boat was practically made for them. What to look for? A bow thruster is common but not universal on older ones, so check. And expect to pay a fair price, because these simply don't sell cheap. Which brings us to number 1, the boat owner's joke docks itself. Number 1, the Ranger Tug R-29. If you sat down and designed the perfect solo boat for a retiree, you would end up with something very close to this. The RR-29 packs every single-handing feature that exists into one boat. Bow and stern thrusters, so you can move the boat sideways into a slip with your fingertips. This is the boat owner's joke about docking itself. A helm where every control, every line of sight, and the cabin door are all within arm's reach. A single modern diesel that's efficient, quiet, and reliable. And here's the feature nobody else on this list can match. It fits on a trailer. That means no marina dependence at all. You can keep it at home, launch wherever you want, and even take your boat across the country to cruise new waters, all by yourself. For one person, that's the ultimate freedom. A boat you can dock alone, maintain alone, afford alone, and move alone. It's compact outside, but surprisingly comfortable inside, with everything a solo cruiser or a couple needs for weeks aboard. What to look for? Later model years have the most refined thruster and helm setups, and clean used ones get snapped up fast, because everyone who's ever docked one alone understands immediately what they're looking at. The fear that ends boating dreams? This boat was built to erase it. So there they are. 7 trawlers one person can safely handle after 65, starting around $35,000. And here's the thought I want to leave you with. The end of your boating life isn't decided by your age, it's decided by your boat. Pick the wrong one, and yes, it'll feel like too much, and you'll give up the water years before you had to. Pick the right one. A side door at the helm, a thruster, one simple engine, decks that give you time. And you can keep doing this well into your 80s, on your own terms, on your own schedule, answering to no one. That's not a fantasy. There are captains in every marina proving it every single day. Now, if the money side is what's holding you back, you need to see the next video. 7 trawlers that look like $300,000 boats, but sell for under 60 grand. It's right here, and it's the perfect next watch. And if you want more straight talk like this, subscribe, because the boat that changes everything for you might be in the next video. I'll see you there.